Hey everybody, welcome to the RC Adventure channel. This video is going to be part one in a model airplane scratch building series I'm going to be working on probably all through fall, winter, into the spring a little bit. Why? Well, it's fall, you know, I'm in Alaska, the weather's crap right now. Don't worry, there's going to be plenty more of outdoor adventure stuff coming though, so just stay tuned for that. In the meantime, here's the airplane I'm going to build. Look at that. Not exactly a little one. This is going to be something pretty big, I think. This is going to be pretty interesting. Hey, pro tip for you. If you want your plans to lay out nice and flat like this the first time, start about 2 days before you plan to start building. Roll them up the opposite way they were already rolled. Leave them like that nice and tight for a couple days. And they're going to lay out perfectly flat for you the first time. So there she is. It's called the SeaSport II, designed by Steve Gray back in the late 80s, published in Model Builder magazine about the same time. You can get the plans from the AMA though. They have them on their website. I'll provide a link. It costs about 20 bucks, so not too bad of a deal. The original design flew great, but I'm going to make several changes to it. For starters, the nose is actually a little on the short side. So I'm going to add about 6 inches to it. So hopefully it will fit on my building table once I've started doing that. May have changed that plan a little bit, I don't know. Next thing I'm going to do is add retractable landing gear to it. I've built several airplanes before. Some were models, some were UAVs, that all had retractable gear in it, but the one thing that they all had in common is that not one of them belonged to me. So I've always wanted to do one for myself. That's what I'm going to do here. The gear that you're looking at is like a Grumman Goose style landing gear. In fact, this is actually for a kit, I think. There'll be a link in the description that'll take you to this whole how-to on how to put these together, and we'll get into this in more detail when I actually get around to building it. Up on top here, notice this airplane was designed around a single 60 size glow engine. Glow engine kind of going the way of the Dodo. Electric's the way to go, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to make it a twin, and I'm going to move them forward a few inches. That should help out with the CG. The original design's ready to fly weight was about 12 pounds, but that included roughly a pound of lead up in the nose. So I figured by lengthening the nose and moving the motors forward, that should help keep the CG in the correct range without having to add all that lead. Of course, I'm going to add the retractable gear mechanism, so that'll add some weight, but my goal is to keep it under that original 12 pounds. Moving up to the 86-inch span wing up here, I'm going to be adding Fowler Flaps to the trailing edge. That should really help lower landing speeds, probably shorten takeoff runs, and I've just kind of always wanted to make something with Fowler Flaps on it. I've done plain flaps before on several airplanes, so what the heck, do something different here. All the other design changes I'm going to make are fairly small. You'll notice that the plans call for a solid 1/8-inch balsa sheet covering the entire side of the airplane. I'm actually going to make the back here out of strips, more like a truss style frame, and then in the front up here it's going to be probably 3/32. I don't think it needs to be 1/8 inch. Some of these formers here, they're also calling for 1/4 inch plywood, like F5 here is supposed to be 1/4 inch plywood. I don't think it needs to be that. I'm going to try 1/8 inch ply instead. That should save some weight. Probably do some other things with the wings here. I'll probably use 1/16 inch instead of 3/32 balsa like it calls for. I've built other airplanes this size before that use 1/16 inch, never had a problem with it, so I think 3/32 is probably a little bit overkill. Some of the other formers up front here, like F2, you notice it calls for 1/4 inch balsa. 1/8 inch should do the job just fine. It's not really a high stress area, so I don't think it needs to be that thick. And as I'm going along, I'll probably find other little things here and there that I can do to reduce weight. But before I can do any of this stuff, I gotta first make a trip to most awesome hobby shop in Anchorage, right there, Anchorage House of Hobbies. Hope you're okay with me recording. How's it going? Nothing says I'm gonna blow a paycheck like using a basket at a hobby shop. There we go. Always gotta check over here. Do enough digging around here, you'll find all kinds of cool kits and stuff. Go big or go home, huh? 5-minute epoxy. Nope, not looking for 5 minutes. Hey, 30 minutes, that'll do. Get one of these. One of these. All right, now for the scary part. Gotta find my name in here. Fill in my card. Get my reward points. There I am. All right, have a good one. So there we go, got enough to get started anyway. Got all the wood for the airframe, adhesives, mechanical bits, wires, wheels, all that kind of stuff. When I get closer to doing certain parts like installing motors, I'll go buy those. For those that are wondering, I'll be using a pair of E-Flite Power 32 brushless motors. When combined with a 4-cell pack, that'll give me about 150 watts per pound, which is plenty for a sport airplane like this one. To control those motors, I'll be using a pair of Castle Creations Phoenix Edge 75 brushless speed controls. To control the airplane, I'll be using my Futaba 7C radio, but I do plan to eventually upgrade to something with telemetry, so I'll be getting one of Futaba's newer telemetry-capable receivers. To actually move the flight control surfaces, I'll be using high-tech digital servos, though I still have to do some research on that one, so there'll be more to come there. So that's all I got for now. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when the next video is ready to watch, that's what the bell icon's for. Should have the next one up in a week or two, and should be seeing some pretty good progress. In the meantime, remember, not having fun till you break something.